first of all, I want to thank Alba Live for coming up with this. I think that it has been a really, really neat experience, and I'm pretty sure everybody in the group shares that. Well, thank you. Our first, show you a picture of our group. And so next I want to say thank you to the group, because these people up here are really, really amazing people. And they came together on our group project, and everybody was on board, everybody was excited about it. And when I decided that I wanted to participate in Class 2 of Leadership Northwest Oklahoma, my first thought was, well, I'll put it on my resume, and that'll be good. And that's kind of how I went into it, was thinking, well, we'll see. And I came out of it going, holy cow, that was cool. And so thank you to the whole group. The other thing that I really liked about it was nobody that I work with is in this group. So none of the things that happen at work came with me to this project. And I got to meet a whole bunch of people in all different areas with kids my age, same age as my kids. And, you know, I have some people that are in banking, kind of like I am, so I got that part, but nobody within my institution that was in this class. So I really like that aspect of it, because for me, it's for me, this is a pretty big learning experience and getting out in the public, because for me, I take my daughter to school and I go home and work, and that's kind of the triangle I make. So this was really good for me. So for this project, we have to have for this class, we have to have a group project that is meaningful to our community. So we chose Banquet for summer youth programs as our big project. So here's the history of Banquet. In 2009, all of you, I'm sure, are aware that there was a huge economic downturn, and people all over this area and the United States were really having trouble making ends meet. So at our bank, in the back room, Todd Holder and Karen Thomas and I were in the back talking about, man, I think people are really hurting. And are we going to help anybody this year? Because usually our bank will adopt a couple of elderly people and help them out in some way. And I said, well, I'm not sure. I haven't talked to anyone yet. So what do you think? And Todd kind of shrugged and said, well, I don't know, but I heard that the food banks are really having trouble meeting needs. And so I'm sitting there at my computer thinking, bank, food bank, well, I work at a bank. Well, so why not bank it at your bank for the food bank? Okay, so that's how that all started. First of all, our community is wonderful. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that, but it is. We have a very, very generous community, which gets me excited about partaking in a leadership class, because I'm wanting to get in the thick of that. So in 2009, during an economic downturn, our community raises $1,500. That's pretty good. It was about 6 weeks of advertising, so we started halfway through November, went all through December, and got $1,500. The banks generously matched that, making $3,000 that we split between the Wesleyan Church, Wesleyan Food Bank, Opportunities, Inc., and Northwest Family Services. So now let me tell you about 2010, if you thought that one was good. Continuing struggle. We're still hurting in 2010 during the Christmas season. Our community doubles what they give. So even though we're in an economic downturn, people are giving, more so. This was in 3 weeks of advertising for it, because I was way behind, because we were waiting to see if the leadership class wanted to take it over or not. So that's 3 weeks. The banks matched it again, so $6,000. So one of those holy cow moments, those three participating food banks each got $2,000 to use as they needed it. Here's the idea behind Banquet. These two words are very important for Alba, and very important for our generation, every generation. Community, there are simple definitions. Community is defined as a social group of any size whose members reside in a specific locality, share government, and often have common cultural and historical heritage. That's us. A neighbor is defined as a person who lives near another, a person or thing that is near another, one's fellow human being, to be generous towards one's less fortunate neighbors, a person who shows kindliness or helpfulness toward his or her fellow humans, to be a neighbor to someone in distress. That's the idea behind Banquet. Each person in Woods County is another person's neighbor, and each neighbor makes up our very awesome community. So what we're trying to do is we're going to create a very positive habit, a habit of helping, a small habit, an inexpensive one. So first, just think in your mind, if every person in Woods County, so let's just say 5,000, gave $1 a month to bank it, that's $5,000 a month. Say they gave it every payday, so twice a month. So we've got $10,000 a month to bank it. Imagine that goes all year. And those are funds that $1 won't hurt most everybody. And it can help a whole heck of a lot. So now imagine those that could gave $5 or $10 or $50 a month, or $50 a quarter, or whatever they can do. If they can do a little more, help that way. Whatever's comfortable for you. So if it's $1, great, because those funds are going to be needed and used. Even better, donate it at your Woods County bank. So how much more comfortable can you get on giving your money as while you're there getting your paycheck and withdrawing your cash for the month, here's $1, give it to Bankit for me. Teller takes it, puts it in the Bankit account, and it goes towards that community vision, which I'll get to in a minute. Those funds help our own community people and projects, not someone that we send off, money that we send off somewhere else. This is a horrible picture that I was totally against, but Tasha put it on. So here we are in Leadership Northwest Oklahoma, and we're looking for a group project. Bankit, I brought Bankit to the board because Tasha and I and the other banks were trying to get that working during the Christmas season, but we could see a huge potential there. And I couldn't get my head around what we could do with it or how we could get it going. So Tasha and the rest of the class, we had several meetings. We started meeting early. But we decided to take this on because I felt that it needed further guidance, structure, and oversight. And the more people that are interested in leading, the better. So we take it over and we want to launch it into an all-year project. So everybody's very excited. Here's how Bankit starts to evolve. We started out with some priorities. First of all, we wanted to decide on 4 community visions for the whole year. And community visions means it's people come to us with ideas that need help, and we try to form ideas that need help. So it's a community effort. We want to help raise awareness for those visions. We want to become a 501c3 nonprofit so that people can write it off at the end of the year, and they could gift if they were, in that situation where they could. Something that people believe in. So we wanted to develop a board of directors. So we wanted officers, voting members, and participating members. We had committees set up to research bylaws and how to get things going, and we split ourselves up that way. For those who knew, Leah donated her husband for our council. So we appreciate that very much. And we also wanted to engage the financial institutions to continue supporting this program, because this program has the potential to be pretty huge if we have the bank support, because they're our donation location, and they're helping match some of it, which is amazing. Also, from the very beginning when we started talking about our group project, everybody voiced their concerns about our community and what we wanted to change. And a lot of them said we want to do something for our youth, we want to get some outreach programs, we want to somehow help direct our youth. And Kirk really was passionate about creating a crisis fund for fire victims or victims of a major car crash that has devastated the families and needs help, or a young family that something happens, or whatever. But it's the committee's, I guess, if something happens within the community, our committee will come up with a way to help them. So we have decided to reserve 25% of all donations to go towards the Rainy Day Fund, which is to help our families in crisis in Woods County. Also, we voted to reserve 10% of donations for our growth fund, because kind of in the eyes of all of our group, for us, share is kind of all of Woods County, it's our treasure chest, and it's not going to be there forever. And we want to create a treasure chest that's built by our community and built up, so that if somebody or some project in the community needs help, they can come to us and say, hey, would you be willing to shoot some funds our way so we can get this going? But that's kind of our halo up here. What we're looking at is to become as beneficial to this community as Sheridan. Also, our other objective or priority was to get the word out, because little giving from a lot of people makes a whole lot of difference. So first off, we get some stuff out and we have exciting news right off the bat. Alva State Bank and Central both agreed to match $1,500 if that's raised at their location. So, awesome news. Community in High Plains also agreed to match a portion. Flyers go up, statement stuffers go out in the bank statements, and ads go in the newspaper. So things are rolling now. Our community visions, first January through April. Some of you should hopefully have seen some of the ads. That's another thing that the banks are donating is ad space, so that's a huge, huge issue. Alva Rec Center, people could donate. We've closed this vision, but donate new or used equipment, funds to purchase that equipment, scholarship opportunities for children, and team sponsorships. And then Alva Public Library is another youth organization, summer youth program that we thought needed help by donating craft supplies for that summer library time that they have, and to pay for funds for special programs. More exciting developments. So as we get going on this, Thrive at Financial Lutherans pledged to match whatever's donated and earmarked for the library. They'll match $300 of that. So automatically, if we come up with $300 for the library, they get $6. Walmart donates this whole pile of craft supplies to be split between the library and the rec center. And BJCC calls the library and says, we want to donate snacks for that summer program. Organizations begin contacting us for help. And for some people that may not be exciting, but for me that's super exciting, because that means our name is out there and people are saying, hey, that's an avenue for me to go further. And so the Woods County Youth Expo has contacted us and said, hey, we're a summer youth program, can we fit into that? And Washington Early Elementary School contacted us about playground equipment, and Alva Youth Football has contacted us about helping out. Our next vision is banquet for our school classrooms. If any of you are married to a teacher or know a teacher, you know that they spend a lot of their own money in that classroom to make it flow and work the way they want it to. So that means bulletin board stuff, that means science projects, that means anything extra in their room. If they want to have a guest speaker come in, they've got to contact that person, and if they have to be paid, they have to be paid, but the teacher usually does that. So that's kind of our mission for May through July, is to help get the word out that teachers need some help, especially with the way that funding is right now. So that's a big one that we're going to be hitting hard, so watch for it in the newspaper. And this steak, I'm not really sure why, but Tasha put a steak on senior citizen.
Find a picture of the senior citizen
on
Google. Okay.
If you help the seniors, they'll get one of these chicken fried steaks.
We all know we like chicken fried steak.
So what you can do, on this vision, when it comes around from August to October, people can donate supplies. We're going to get with Alan at the Senior Citizens Center and see what they need. So if they need board games, or if they need just volunteers to come down and paint and repaint everything. That's another thing that Banquet is. We want to bank volunteers, or bank your time. If you can't donate money, but you say, hey, I've got a weekend whenever you're ready for it, bank your time and we'll take it. And we'll get something positive done. The next one is the November-December one. We're doing 2 months of that this year, and it'll be Banquet for Neighbors in Need, and we'll do the same thing that we did for the last 2 years. And hopefully it will be as big a success as the previous years.